Hello everyone and welcome back. You are watching a new devlog for my game Arcade Wizard. I'm really excited to say that my game is almost done. In the past couple of weeks I've been adding some of the final features and also I've worked on the port for mobile. Today I want to show you these new features, the mobile port, and I want to talk about the future plans for my game like post-release updates and the monetization plan. Before we get into the rest of the video though, if you like this video then please leave a like, and if you want to stay updated on these videos or on my games then please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Now that we've got this call to action out of the way, let's get into the video. So I've been adding a bunch of stuff in the past couple of weeks. In short, these features are an animation for the Mage Shield, an icon for the Mage Shield in the shop, New Game Plus. I will talk about this in more detail next. A port for mobile. I will talk about this some more also. I updated the shops with tabs. I added arcade upgrades and I added a new enemy. So New Game Plus. When finishing the game, I found that I wanted to continue playing. But after beating all the levels, you are so overpowered that it's not that much fun anymore. So this is why I got the idea of adding a New Game Plus. The idea is that when you finish the game, you can start New Game Plus and all your upgrades are reset, except for some permanent upgrades, which you can buy with arcade coins. When starting a New Game Plus, you get one arcade coin and you can buy one of these permanent upgrades. This way you can replay the game and finish it faster every time. And I'm thinking about adding in a difficulty scale for when you start New Game Plus, so you can make the game more difficult. This way the player can keep on replaying the game. If you have any suggestions for New Game Plus, like other features that I should put in when starting one, then please leave a comment in the comment section down below and I will look at it. Besides New Game Plus, I also added a new enemy. I felt like I needed one more before releasing the game. The enemy I made is a shooting enemy that also moves, so unlike the skeleton, this one actually moves towards you and starts shooting. And I put these in the boss level, and I will also put these in a level before the boss level. Besides these new features, I also worked on one of the biggest things for this game, and that is the mobile port. I altered the controls slightly for mobile, so instead of having the mouse where you can click and move, you now have to use your finger and you can touch the screen somewhere and the wizard will move there. Or you can tap the screen, then a little arrow appears where you tap the screen and the wizard will walk there. After improving the controls, I found another problem, and that was that the UI didn't scale so well on mobile, so I had to fix that. And besides the UI scaling, I also zoomed in the camera a little bit more. This is because, especially on phone, the screen can become quite small, so it would be hard to see what's going on. So that made me think about making everything a little bit bigger, so the player can see what's going on a little bit better. All in all, right now I think the game is most fun on tablet because the touch controls really add to the game feel, and also on tablet the screen is big enough so you can see everything that's going on quite clearly. I've spent quite a lot of time on this game, a couple of months, so I wanted to think very carefully about the monetization. I think I found a couple of nice ways to monetize it though. First off, I want to add some incentivized ads, so every time you die in-game or you clear a level, you get some gold as a reward and then you go to the upgrade shop. But what I want to add in is a prompt that will ask you, hey, do you want to watch this 20-second ad or something like that, and double the gold gained. This way you can choose what to do, watch the ad or not, and you can get a little bit of a bonus if you do. Besides the ads, I also want to do some in-game purchases. At first I didn't know what to think about in-game purchases, but now I've made my mind up and I think I found a way to do it that doesn't feel too dirty to me. So what I was thinking about is, in the game I will be adding these different kinds of orbs with special effects to them, and some of them will be unlockable with in-game currency and some of them will be premium, so the player has to pay for it in order to get them. I look at it this way, that the players who really like the game can buy these extra weapons and support me that way. And people who like it but don't want to pay money, they can still play the full game, but they have a few less orbs. After the game is released, I plan on updating it with new content and maybe even more features. You can think of stuff like orbs or more maps, maybe different kinds of mobs. the Infinite Arena, for which I already did the map generation in the previous video, and maybe even some kind of minigame. There's also a bunch of stuff that I have in a list that you guys mentioned in the comments, and I haven't had time to implement all of the feedback, so maybe I will add some of the things you mentioned later on. This way I plan on keeping the game alive for a little bit longer than just one playthrough for everyone, so I hope people will enjoy it. So there's a couple of things that are still left to do. Since I'm finishing up the game, I am mainly tweaking little things. Most of these things are not really interesting to watch or not really big to mention or make a video about, so that is why I will be posting videos a little bit less frequent for the upcoming period, at least until the game is done. Besides, releasing a game is also a very stressful period for me, because there's a lot of stuff to think about. And also, usually there's a lot of feedback coming in when I put a game online on Kongregate, so I will have to stay on top of that. So yeah, I don't really have that much time to make videos in that period. As for the stuff that's still left to do, I have to implement some orbs, and I will also be implementing some new sound effects. I'm also in contact with the sound effects guy, so I'm really curious to see how that one plays out. And as you might have guessed, the next devlog will probably be the last devlog before the first release of this game. So if you have some stuff that really needs to be in the game in your opinion, then please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. For now, I want to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.